Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. It's Carole Baskin from Big Cat Rescue. First off, I want to remind you to set your clocks forward. Yeah, today's March the 13th, so March the 14th, 2021. Please set your clocks forward. I hear that there is, again, afoot an effort to just keep us on that type of timing. I forget what they call it, daylight savings time maybe. And I would love that because I really hate springing forward in the spring. And it's actually proven to be kind of dangerous because people are kind of groggy. If you want to find out what's happening in Big Cat news, go to bigcatrescue.org/news. And there's a story about the Wildlife Department vows action after newlywed couple's photo with lion cub go viral. So these morons who posed with a lion cub, they're getting what came to them, man. Government's all over that because of people like you who are speaking out and saying, that's just wrong. You can't let that happen. So thank you so much for doing that. There's also another article from, I forget where now. This is the Animal Welfare Group. Time to stop trade in big cats. MEPs to French Minister of Ecology. Social media stars blasted for posing with drugged lions and tigers at lavish bashes during the COVID pandemic. Thank you for giving them hell. They do not deserve these beautiful animals. Anybody that ignorant who would pay these animal abusers to bring these cubs out so that they could sit there and have their pictures made with them, they deserve all of your emails telling them how much you are disappointed in them. They just need to grow up and care about others. Animal keeper at the Columbus Zoo was injured after being attacked by a cheetah. The Columbus Zoo has been one of the most outspoken zoos against our federal bill that would ban the cub petting and that would phase out private possession. And I think it's really ironic that one of the cats that a lot of the zoos have insisted should be eliminated from the list of big cats because they want to do these kinds of encounters and they want to walk around and show off with a cheetah on the leash, as if that's not going to make people want cheetahs for pets. So the fact that that happened at one of their own facilities, I think, is telling. And what it should be telling them is these cats don't belong in cages. They don't belong on leashes. They belong in the wild. And that's what the public wants to see. Big Cat Rescue sinks its teeth into virtual reality. So I was at the Synapse conference, which was virtual this year, talking with Doug Fajardo and Brian Kornfeld. And we were talking about how we don't need zoos to have wild animals languishing in cages because we can do a much better job of educating and entertaining and getting people to really care about wildlife with virtual reality and augmented reality. And so that was what I was talking about there. A leopard is on the loose in Shopian Village, and the locals are panic-stricken because leopards are pretty scary. Carole Baskin, Cats Out of the Bag Tots podcast. If you didn't see that, that was Ben Gardner's podcast, and it's on YouTube. You can find it there. You can go, you can go here to bigcatrescue.org/news and just click on that, and it'll take you to that video where you can see a really interesting video that I had with him, or interview that I had with him. He's somebody who has kind of come from the exotic animal industry, and he said that he felt like his eyes were really opened by this interview because of so many of the things that are shared as being truths in that world that are really lies. And once he knew and once he had access to the truth, he was shocked. State seeks probe of Wakati Zoo. Wakati Zoo is where that poor tigress had that god-awful mange or whatever it was that caused her to lose most of her fur, and then she disappeared, and then they said, oh, she died peacefully. I don't believe it, and so I'm glad that PETA is asking the state to look into that, find out why on earth they allowed that to happen for so long. Rare black jaguars caught on camera in Panama. That makes me happy. Yes, jaguars doing what jaguars do out in the wild. And I think this is the same one, the Malugu tribals are jittery over the big cat on the prowl. I have a coordinator report from Lauren Grant. She says, it was a beautiful day today. Bonnie, Kristen, and Angel came in for feeding and cleaning. Nisha, Jordan, Kat, Taylor, Stephanie, and Sadie helped with the feeding and or cleaning also. During cleaning, Jordan, Ryan, and Natalie worked on cleaning up branches from out back. They cleaned up all the branches before lunch, which was amazing. Victor did quite a bit of tree trimming this past week. Yeah, took out a whole bunch of our barricades, so he's going to be busy fixing that Monday. After lunch, Jordan and Ryan did food prep. Nisha, Kat, Taylor, Steph, and Sadie finished up raking, roof cleaning, and grass seeding in and around Aria the tiger's enclosure. Bonnie filled up the bloodsicle fridge since we have been going through a lot of them in this warm weather. Thank you for everyone working so hard today, and happy birthday, Kat. You can stay up to date with everything going on at the sanctuary at bigcatrescue.org, or we are on all the social sites. Just look for Big Cat Rescue.